Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Tuesday, October 7th, 2014. Well, yesterday, just some non-starred announcements, and for those interested, the only one that, maybe Gallup here and the Ameritrade announcements may be of some interest if you want to take a look at them. Today we have Jolts. Sounds like a candy or I don't know. But anyway, the Jolts report, which I think has to do with job openings, I believe. And so I guess that's all a comment that I have for that right now. Market watch. Let's see what's going on across the ponds. Over in Asia, we're mixed, some bullish, some bearish, and in Europe, completely and totally 100% bearish in a kind of a big way, actually. Let's see, they're still talking kind of optimistically here. No, this is, this could be interesting. Yeah, which way is it going to go? 1800 or 2100? Well, I don't know, looking at the futures today. And then there was something about, I read something about Germany. Growth is slowing, I believe. And here, I was reading this last night, something about Samsung. Profits are probably going to miss. But be that as it may, let's skip over and take a look at the futures here in the U.S. We have a gap down for the open here, pretty significant. We're 0.5% or better on a down opening this morning. Gold is up to 1207. All right, it's back up above 1200 after the brief dip below it. And let's hope it continues on its way. And oil is at 89.73. Wow. Maybe there'll be more gas below $3 a gallon here in central Ohio. All right, yesterday, open positions on Priceline and the Russell Cash Index, and based on what I'm seeing here this morning, things are looking hopeful for these because they both have negative delta based on our scan from yesterday, where we had, we were looking for bear calls on Amazon, Priceline, and the Russell for 20 deltas, and bull puts on Boeing and Baidu. So let's take a look here and see what's going on. We'll take a look at these as we run through the scan. But before we do that, I wanted to show you something. You know what? I had always thought, I thought I got rid of this. I had always thought that gold was moved inverse to, say, the market generally as a whole. I have a chart here, and it's a line chart, and it is, it's a 10-year chart, and it's a monthly chart. Okay. And I'm comparing the color line. The red and green line is the S&P 500 futures product, and the purple line here is the /GC gold futures product. I mean, you can see that pretty much whatever I thought was totally and completely wrong, because gold seems to pretty much move with the market, with the exception of this little dip back here in the 2008 crash. gold did pull back a tad, but then it very quickly and in advance of the S&P 500 started moving up. So during bad market times, having gold as a safe haven just doesn't seem to work out too well, does it? But here's what I find is interesting. In 2012, gold started to pull back, and pretty heavily, something that has not been seen for quite a while, in at least on my chart here for the last 10 years. I find that pretty darn interesting. I'm not exactly sure what to make of it, but I think it's something to kind of keep in mind. And then I found out something else yesterday too. When I opened these two trades, I thought, well, I'm going to want to seriously consider not losing any money on these. So the first thing I thought of was, I thought I could put maybe like a stop limit order, OCO order in advance to get me out if it goes in the wrong direction, and get me out early if it moves in the right direction. And I was playing around with the platform. There's a new release, by the way, if you haven't noticed. Last weekend there was a new release, and if you're a customer, of course, you got an email about it. But one thing I have noticed so far, keep my fingers crossed, has not had a crash opening charts since the new release. And I haven't sent them an email to thank them for fixing that yet. I think it's got to prove itself out, and based on the amount of time it took for the application to at least give me the login window, I believe that they probably had a patch overnight to fix something, although I thought everything was working just fine, but apparently not. So when I was messing around with it yesterday, I was able to, let's go over to the Market Watch tab here, actually put an alert on the spread itself. And I can show you how I did that, if I can remember how I did it. And here's something else I don't think I ever really noticed on the alerts tab. I don't remember seeing option chains here. But anyway, here's what I did. I'm going to do it on a different spread, let's say. But here, what I did was, if you right-click, you can copy the actual symbol right here. So let's see here. Or I can actually, here's what, this makes it a little bit easier. I don't even remember seeing this. Create alert. So I go ahead and create the alert, and then it says spread here. Oh, it won't do it that way, huh? I may have to test this out again here, because I was able to select the vertical here. I think it's not giving me, let's see here, based on the Russell, I was actually getting, how come I'm not able to do this now? So what I did was I said copy. This is the way that I did it yesterday, and then I went to create an alert. And let's see here. I believe I went to the chart, and I said I wanted to create an alert. And oh, I opened up a chart. That's what I did. here's what I did. And I copied that into there. Press enter. And then I get this chart. And then I said create alert. And here it is right here. This is a buy. So that's what I would want to do. And then I went here and I said vertical. And then it said, actually gave me the 1095 1100 call. So if this is it doesn't matter if it's a buy or what the heck it is. It really didn't matter to me. So I wanted it at or below a certain level. And in that case, I put it in at 0.7. So I'm going to get an alert, I hope, if the spread that I have goes below 70 cents. And here we go. And I just say create. That's how I did it. Sometimes I accidentally do stuff and I forget exactly how it is that I did it. Okay, so let's go back here to the chart on the Russell. You won't see that alert anywhere except under Market Watch tab here. And here it is. Stay up there. 1095, 1100. I want to cancel that one, because my alert is actually on this one right here, which is where I have my spread, which is 1120, 1125. And here it is on the chart, right here. Collected $1.40, and I said, all right, I just want an alert when I go to 70 cents. And I might consider buying it back for 70 cents, because that's $70 profit on that. But most of all, I want to see if it works. All right, so I think that's enough time spent on that. You can always back up the video and check it out again and try it out yourself. But that's the way that I got it to work, was to bring up the chart and then right-click on the chart and say create alert. Okay, so again, go back over here, pick out your short strike if you're a credit spread, and just say I want to copy this symbol, and then go over to your chart, and I do Control C to copy it into there. I try to. Well, it's not doing it. Huh. Go back over here. Copy. Charts. Paste. There we go. I have Control V to copy it into there, you dorkhead. Okay. And then that's how I do it. And then just press enter and it will bring up the chart. It won't, in theory, bring up the chart. There we go. Just press enter. So that's that. Thought you might be interested. Just a little quickie lesson there. All right, we're going to quickie go through the A+ list. All right, we have nothing going on with Apple. Yesterday we were kind of interested in Amazon for a bear call. Didn't quite get our hook here. So it can go back on our list for today. Alright, I can tell you that I did not get the hook on the Russell and I still got in on it. Shame on me, I know. Alright, we were looking to do a bull put here on Boeing. And as you can see, it opened up and just pulled back, and so when I looked at it, I just dismissed it, even though the stochastic is moving up. The actual price action keeps me out, and that is more or less more or less it is according to the rules, because it's supposed to open higher, and then if you wait till 10 o'clock, It did open higher. It opened above the high from yesterday. And you wait till 10 o'clock, and when you come and look at it, you can see that it's pulling back. So there's no way that you want to get into a bull put when price is pulling back. All right, Baidu was on our list also for a bull put, and it was not doing anything. So I'm not even going to consider this anymore. It's getting a little bit long on the tooth. Too many days on this. It's not doing anything. So I'm going to take a pass on it and remove it from the list. And same thing with Boeing. I'm not interested in that anymore. Chipotle. Here we were looking at doing a for the fun of a bear call. Even though we have sort of an uptrend, or we don't have an uptrend, or we don't know what's going on here. We have the 20 EMA crossing the 50 SMA, and price action sort of consolidating. Looked like as though it might take off, so we said, all right, let's make it prove it. And it proved that it failed, like we sort of suspected it might. But it's not playable at this point for me. Costco, I like did a little bit higher probability stuff. Wow, Costco has earnings coming up, so we're just going to bypass that little puppy. The Dow is definitely sinking. So we definitely have a very easily defined channel. Don't even have to draw anything here. I mean, it's pretty obvious which way this baby's going. Gold had a good day yesterday, so maybe she might be moving back. Wow, I need it way up here in order to even think about doing a call on that. Google. Google, we're not sure exactly which direction it is heading either, and it has earnings next week, so we're definitely not interested in any 20 deltas, and it is not a 50 delta candidate. Candidate. LinkedIn, lots of price consolidation here. Now that the 20 has crossed the 50, might be looking for something up here, but not yet. I'd seen a lot of resistance here. Definitely resistance at 215. You could even say that there is some amount of resistance at 212 or 213, somewhere around there, which could be playable, but it comes back up and tests it too often. Let's see what we might be able to get out of this for next week's expiration. On the bear call side, we would probably pick this strike here, 217.5. Let's see what kind of credit we would get. 50 cents on a 250 spread. That's pretty good. Where is our how are we with IV percentile? 41%, still below 50. But we, let's see here. 217.5 would be, that might be a pretty safe trade. What do you say, folks? Here, I'm going to do this. Move this up here. And say, hey, let's take a look at this. Or a bear call. It's because of the weakness, and the MACD, it's bent down as well. And if it's not going to get above here, 217.5 looks pretty inviting. All right, NDX. We're putting NDX on our list for today. I think that we got ourselves a pretty bearish looking chart here. What am I doing? I have to change color to yellow for a 20 delta. But you remember my all-in week. So I'm going to be careful today. I'm only going to go with one, maybe two entries for today. So I try to pick the top one or two most promising. Earnings next week on Netflix, pass. Priceline. We're in Priceline here at this level. Seems to be working out pretty well right now. Russell, we're in Russell at this level right here. Seems to be working out pretty well. And you can see that I didn't get the hook here, but I jumped in anyway. SPX. Definitely in a downtrend. I would say that I would kind of like be looking at something here. In, of course, always on the cash indexes, 20 deltas. Tesla, I'm going to write it down. Tesla is, ladies and gentlemen, on a tear. So, I think we have a new trend here. We can put a 50 delta target down here. One of the few 50 delta candidates that we have right now. And last but not least is Visa. Visa definitely in a downtrend. I am slapping a 20 delta target on here. And we'll put it on our list for today. And actually, since Visa is our last one, we are done for today. And well, basically that's it. Thank you a heap for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.